stop, unload.
Well, a huge welcome to everybody and a big thank you for joining us here on day number 2 of Cheongju 2018 World Shooting Parasport Championships. Our second day brings us just the one final to cover, the R4 10-meter air rifle standing mixed SH2 final.
Please put your slide on the tables and don't face spectators.
Once again, my name's Alan March, joining you for the commentary for the whole competition here in South Korea. A big opening day with 3 finals, 4 medal ceremonies. Much shorter today, just the one live event, 2 medal ceremonies to come a little bit later on. But 2 world records in our 3 events yesterday. What we are in store for today. We'll go and meet the athletes that are taking part in this event in just a few moments' time.
Paralympic Games. It's Jang-Soo.
That's Korea's Jang-Soo, who starts off in firing point A. Alongside him in firing point B is the man that's ranked number 2 in the world at the moment. That's Vasyl Kovalchuk from Ukraine. Here in C, a man that finished 8th in Rio, the 24-year-old Filip Jonsson from Sweden. First time we've seen a British athlete in one of the finals so far. This is Ryan Cockbill, double Paralympian. Alongside him in firing point E is New Zealand's 44-year-old bronze medal winner Michael Johnson. Bronze in 2012, the man from Auckland. Second of 3 Koreans to have made the final. This is Jeon Yongjun. He's also the reigning world championship. Don't let his 15th ranking position fool you. Number 1 in the world at the moment from Slovenia. He's 43-year-old Franček Teršek. And the final athlete to take part in this 10-meter air rifle standing SH2 final is Lee Ji-seok, Paralympic champion from London. And had to settle for silver at the World Championships. He's the nearest athlete to you. So, as again, 8 finalists, 7 of whom are from the top 10 in the world rankings at the moment. And one of those that sits outside happens to be the world champion. So, it is an elite field.
Take a position.
So a little bit of preparation time. You'll note the loaders in this competition there to assist the athletes with the loading of the pellets into those compressed air rifles. Paralympic champion for this event has dropped out, unfortunately, due to illness, so no Veselka Pevic. That means that well, the floor's wide open for a new champion. This time around, the reigning world champion is with us. But, you have to say that Franček Teršek is high on the list of expected athletes to win this one, being ranked number 1 at the moment. Kim Hyun-soo was bronze medal winner in Rio, so don't discount him in firing point A either. Sweden's Filip Jonsson and Ukraine's Vasyl Kowalczuk were 1 and 3 respectively at the recent World Cup in Al Ain in the UAE. So they will also fancy themselves when it comes to the podium places a little bit later on. The SH2 classification, that's where athletes in this sport have an impairment in the upper limb which prevents them from supporting the full weight of the rifle. Athletes therefore can use a spring-mounted stand which helps to support the weight of the rifle. The athletes must fully stabilise, guide and control the rifle in the aiming process. Now, depending on their impairment, some athletes in this class may also require an assistant. We talked about the loaders a couple of moments ago. Many of the athletes in the SH2 category also have an impairment in the lower limb, so will compete from a sitting position, either a wheelchair or a shooting chair. Throughout the course of the coverage of this fantastic competition, we will try and make sure that you understand as much that's going on. If you're a newbie to the sport, those of you out there that are experts, well, we're just going to try and bring you the best coverage we can of every shot, of every round, from every finalist that has earned their spot here in the firing hall for these World Shooting Parasport Championships. Jang-Soo mentioned earlier on that a bronze medal in this event in Rio. We got a silver from the R5 event as well. That's the prone event. So he enjoyed his time out in Brazil. Always a huge honour for athletes to represent their nation at a major event being held in their nation as well, and considering that South Korea took away the most medals from Germany in the last World Championships, there's a little pressure on these Korean athletes to try and emulate that. We've already seen them reaching the medal ceremonies here in Cheongju. This is Vasyl Kowalczuk, number 2 in the world at the moment, a R5 champion at Paralympic Games back-to-back from London and Rio, but his R4 success at Paralympic Games has been very limited. 11th in London in 2012, 7th in Rio in 2016. Took a gold in the R9 50-metre rifle prone event in Germany, but that was his only medal success at the last World Championships. In fact, in this event in 2010, he finished as low down as 41st. Here he is, age 45, plenty more experience, plenty more medals locked away.
That was a high score from Kowalczuk and Chon Young-jun, and after the first series, Chon Young-jun is in the first rank with a total of 52.9 points.
So we're
and second, Johnson Michael with the only
5 shots down.
0.1. And also
And the time
Kowalczuk,
waits
difference
for
of
no man, as the
0.1
saying goes. So Kim Jong-soo and Tosik here with issues with that final shot. In fact, we're just catching up with them now. So, full leaderboard just disappearing away, but we'll keep you up to date with that as we move forward. So there we go, our standings as we are. Yeon Young-jun is on the top of the board. So back to the live event as we've started our 6 shots for many. You see the loader's job. Very simple but very important at the same time. There's no specific distance that the loaders are asked to stand back from the athletes. There is a suggested, as long as they're not interfering with the shot. Kim Jang-Soo from Gwangju, ranked 9th in the world at the moment. That 3rd place finish in Rio, a real highlight of his career so far. And with that silver in the R5 competition. Married to his wife, Hwang Hei-hwa, got a daughter where they live. Actually involved in a fall on a construction site in 2001. Took up the sport as a hobby, and here he is, already a Paralympic medal winner and now competing at a World Championships held in his own country. So a real wonderful story of not giving in and finding something else to be a success in, and how he has worked at that. There's a look at New Zealander Michael Johnson. Michael Johnson as a name is pretty good in the world of sport normally. This man is no different. Gold in 2004, the Paralympic Games. That was the air rifle standing SH2 event. Now, a lot of changes since Beijing in the format of the sports. All of them now titled very differently. This being an R4 event, the R5 is a prone event. So too is the R9, and you'll get to grips with this as we go along. You see Johnson just chatting with his loader during the centre of that shot a moment ago. Back with Kovalchuk from Ukraine. Again, just that air of concentration. Ukraine already with 2 bronze medals in individual events and a team bronze yesterday as well. I'm sure Kovalchuk has his sights not only set on the target in front of him, but making sure he has a very nicely coloured medal as well.
After Tirsek has shot a 10.9 at the first shot, he has risen up to the first rank with 105.8
So 10 shots through here, and well, Tirsek in the spot that he currently holds in the world rankings as well. So Slovenia's František Tirsek with 105.8, but it's just a fraction from New Zealand's Michael Johnson in these early stages. Lee Ji-seok and Jeon Young-jun giving the Korean crowd something to think about. In fact, Lee is level with Johnson, and Jeon Young-jun is just 0.1 behind, so there's really nothing in this in the opening 10 shots.
Stop.
We'll start to lose athletes fairly soon. Those that are at the bottom at the end of each round will now start to drop out of the competition. A little shake of the head from Lee Ji-seok on this near side.
Currently in the first rank is still Tirsek from Slovenia with 116.4 points. And second is Johnson Michael, still in the second rank with a difference of 0.3 points. And third is Lee Ji-seok with a difference of 0.2 with the second rank. In the last place, and so probably in dangerous position.
That's the 11th shot.
Shot is Cockbill Ryan from Great
moment,
Britain.
Ryan Cockbill, he's in real danger.
For the next competition,
A shot number 8 dropping into the 9s means that he now needs a big favour from somebody above him to remain in the competition. He's also got to find a real high level of accuracy himself, and how he'll be dreaming of a 10.8, 10.9 right about this now to give him a chance, but you have to say it will be a stretch too far for him.
Stop.
After the 12th shot, we have the first decision.
Is
I have to say
the
goodbye
12th
to
shot.
Cheongju Ryan from Great Britain.
On 23 means that Ryan Cockbill, the first British athlete into a final here, is the first athlete of this final to depart.
And third is Jung with the difference of 0.5 with the second rank.
So just 7 now into the next stage. 2 more singular shots before we lose another of our competitors. And born in Birmingham in England is the first to leave us.
For the next competition, shot low.
Now, Jeon Young-jun in firing point F, the reigning world champion. The rankings are done on a rolling 12-month system, so he's to miss events. That's a possible cause for his ranking being down in 15th position. This is the youngest of all of the finalists. This is Philip Jonsson. Jonsson of Sweden came 8th in Rio, firing in the 10s in these last 4 or 5 attempts at least. Just waiting for Dusek to fire. He was the last. A little shake of the head from the Slovenian as well. And 10.1 has disappointed him, and you can see why before that. 10.07, 10.6 and 10.8. But it's danger zone here at the moment for Kim Jang-Soo. He's a full point behind Vasil Kovalchuk, and they absolutely levelled each other off in the last shot, 10.5 each. The Rio bronze medal winner. Here he is in your shot. Could be the next to depart.
Stop.
See the stillness of the rifle. In complete control, working with the breathing, with the pressure. And 10.5.
Stop.
That's what he got last time out as well. And it isn't good enough. 10.7 from Vasil Kovalchuk. So Kim Jang-Soo, the first of our 3 Koreans to leave.
Currently in the first rank is still Tirsek with 148.1 points. Second, Johnson Michael with only.
When the one below you does depart, the pressure then comes to you. So next at the bottom is Vasil Kovalchuk in firing point B. So he's got 2 shots to try and make ground up on those above him. This is Philip Jonsson from Ulevad in Sweden. As I said, the youngest at 24. It's not a sport defined by age, shooting. So, as in many parasports, actually, age is just a number. But if you've got a steady hand and a good eye, it doesn't really matter how old you are.
That was a really high score from Chon Young-jun with 10.9 points.
Shot number 15. 9.9 from Tursik. Well, he shook his head at 10.1. He'll be devastated with a 9.9, but there's also a 9.9 for Lee Ji-seok, and that means that all of a sudden he and Kovalchuk are pretty much neck and neck. 10 at 1 point in this. 157.4, 157.5. Who will hold their nerve between Kovalchuk and Lee Ji-seok? This was the man that went into shot 15 at the bottom, but a slip from Lee Ji-seok is meaning that he is in the most danger in firing point H, so right on the other side. But a mistake here from Kowalczuk could prove costly as well. 1.575, but just 0.1 was the difference. Lee Ji-seok looking on.
There is a tie for the lowest ranking.
And it is indeed a shoot-off to stay in the competition. So Lee Ji-seok and Philip Johnson in the end have both finished on 167.9. So Johnson's last shot dropped him below Vasil Kowalczuk and means that we have a shoot-off between Sweden and South Korea to stay in this competition. The Koreans lost an athlete in the last round.
Stop.
So Johnson is in firing point C. And this is Lee Ji-seok nearest to us, who's also feeling the pressure as well. The shoot-off element really adds a little bit more drama to the event, doesn't it?
In the 6th place in the World Championships.
Well, that's brilliant from Lee Ji-seok. And Philip Johnson drops out. Ji-seok finding a 10.8 in that shoot-off. Remarkable. So Johnson departs the competition. And then there were 5.
For the next competition shot, low.
So the reigning world champion, 51-year-old Jeon Young-jung. Traffic accident in his mid-20s resulting in spinal cord injuries. He has limited movement in his body and hands, but at the moment the pressure is on this man here, Lee Ji-seok. Survived a shoot-off.
Stop.
The coolest of the characters at the moment are in that little block between E, F and G, but while Vasil Kowalczuk will find himself in real problems in this next round at 10.9. Well, he had a 10.8 in the shoot-off. He's now at a 10.9 as Lee Ji-seok, so talk about coming back under pressure. Found himself at the bottom, found himself in a shoot-off, and is now at a 10.8 and a 10.9. And it's back to Kowalczuk. So these bottom places really changing, but I must say, Johnson, Young-jun and Francis Tursik are really showing their quality, barely moving between them at the top. That might not be good enough this time around for Vasil Kowalczuk, the man from Cherkasy.
And currently, right now, after the 18th shot, we have.
And it is 188.6, means that Vasil Kowalczuk won't emulate his Ukrainian counterparts from yesterday. A couple of bronzes on day one in individual events and a team event. Not to be for him. Well, nearest to us is Lee Ji-seok. A couple of real decent shots so far.
Stop.
And 4 remaining then. The next one out is the one that unfortunately misses out on that medal. They're all on the same side, the same half of the finals hall, it has to be said. So
Stop.
That was a really high score from Lee Ji-seok.
only leader was Tersic. He's now into second. Michael Johnson is 0.1 behind him. And again, just look how tight this is for those medals. But I have to say, well done. Lee Ji-seok here has really closed it down. 10-8 in that shoot-off. He's gone 10-9, 10-7, 10-9. Lee Ji-seok, he might be bottom right now, but if he can find another 10-9, 10-8, he's in the mix. He's just 0.2 behind. This is the man at the top of the leaderboard, Lee Ji-seok. As we said at the beginning, he might be ranked 15th currently. But that's quite misleading in the sense that he is the reigning world champion. Didn't go to Rio. Neither did Lee Ji-seok, who was the champion in London. And here they are in 2018, both of them fighting it out for a medal. Whoa, big sigh of breath. And Lee Ji-seok has done it, you know, and look who it is going out. Francis Tersic, 210.9. He dropped to a 10.2 at the pivotal moment. And that's a big moment. World ranking #1, silver medalist from Rio. And Francis Tersic has gone out in 4th position. Well, I said that Lee Ji-seok has found some absolutely wonderful form in these last 4 or 5 shots. He survived that shoot-off and has gone 10-9, 10-7, 10-9, 10-8. And look how tight this is. 2 of them on 2.11.2 and Jeon Young-jun on 2.11.3. But Lee Ji-seok has been closing on them every single round so far. So the man that was the Paralympic champion in London at the moment has the better of the shooting. One more exit from the firing hall to come. 2 more shots. Can Lee Ji-seok continue this very rich vein of form he's found himself in these last 6 shots? A little grimace from the world champion Jeong Young-jun. And Lee Ji-seok hits another 10.9. This is remarkable shooting from Lee Ji-seok. Michael Johnson in second. Jeong Young-jun now drops down to third.
And third is Jeon Young-jun with a difference of 0.2 points.
For the next competition shot, low.
Jeong Young-jun has led for large parts of this final. If he's to hold on to his World Championship gold, he's going to have to get the better of this man here. Lee Ji-seok now top. The crowd really getting into this. Lee Ji-seok. Oh, and Ji-seok is absolutely on the money at the moment. And the battle is between Johnson. Oh, and it's a shoot-off. 232.2 for Jeong Young-jun and Michael Johnson. But to be fair to either of them, getting through the shoot-off means very little at the moment, the way that Lee Ji-seok is shooting. 232.8. He's now opening up a lead. So the man that survived the shoot-off very early in this competition is now the man sitting waiting. He's top of the leaderboard, guaranteed a silver at least. This is the reigning world champion to stay in the competition. He's got Michael Johnson alongside him, bronze from 2012. Johnson missed out on a medal in Rio. This is Johnson.
Ladies and gentlemen, we have a bronze medalist who is Jeon Young-jun.
And it's Michael Johnson with a 10.5 that survives the shoot-off. So the reigning world champion in firing point F, is the man that's going to leave us. Well, Jeon Young-gyun. So here we go then. Michael Johnson needs to make up 0.6 over these next two shots. Let's go back to the action and see if he can do just that. Huge moments for these two. The London Paralympic champion, silver medalist in Germany. He's guaranteed at least that. And he has found a real purple patch with his rifle over the back half of this competition. Michael Johnson to try and keep his nerves. The 44-year-old from Auckland.
Stop.
Ladies and gentlemen, currently the rank is Lee Ji-seok in the first rank with a total of 243.4 points.
Well, Johnson has found a little bit, but he needs a lot more. 10.7, 10.6 from Lee Ji-seok. Remarkably, is the worst score he's had in the last 10 shots. But Michael Johnson wants 0.5 better. He needs a mistake from Lee Ji-seok. Otherwise, the man on the right of your screen will be the new world champion. Silver in Germany. Oh, it's another one down the middle that all he wants. You hear the crowd really getting involved. Is it another golden moment for Lee Ji-seok? I think he's already done too much. Michael Johnson finishing with a flourish as well. Well, there's the hug of celebration. The loader and the champion. Lee Ji-seok, Paralympic champion in London. And he goes one better than he did at the World Championships in Germany 4 years ago. It's silver in Germany. It's gold here in front of the home crowd in Cheongju. Well, a perfect example of how the sport can provide you with excitement from start to finish. It is a world record score, by the way. We have had a change in how the scoring systems work, how many of the competitions work. It has meant that a few world records were broken over the past couple of years, but another has gone today. Lee Ji-seok gives us our third world record in 4 live events over these 2 opening days. Michael Johnson will take second, and Jeon Young-gyun is in third position. So it's 2 medals for Korea. They're starting to top them up as they did in Germany. But it is gold for a man that has already been a Paralympic champion. He's now added a world title to his record as well. Well, he puffs out the cheeks and maybe reflect on the moment he had to survive in the competition. He had to go through that shoot-off in the early stages. And from that moment, he just kept going. I mean, how big would that world record have been if he'd have started the final in the form that he finished it? Well, that's a question we'll wait to answer the next time we see Lee Ji-seok competing in the R4 10-metre air rifle mixed event. But for now, he is indeed the new world champion. Michael Johnson of New Zealand gets a silver medal on a 253.6. No disappointment from Michael Johnson. He closed the gap by 0.2 over the last 2 shots, but it was just too much in too short a time for him to get back. Jeon Young-gyun, the former world champion, finds himself in the podium positions again, but this time out it's a bronze. We'll be back with you fairly shortly for our victory ceremonies. Don't go anywhere. So welcome back to our coverage of the Cheongju 2018 World Shooting Parasport Champions. It's victory ceremony time, and this time it's for the 10-meter air rifle standing mixed SH2 R4 event. You can see on your screen there a world record in this event. Here come the athletes that gave us a remarkable final. Out come the medal presenters.
The medals will be presented by Head Jin-Son, the planning department manager of the local organizing.
Now the man in the centre of your screen had a real bumpy ride on his way to gold.
They are accompanied by Mike Yu, Secretary General of the local organizing committee of the 2018 World Shooting Parasport Championships. Ladies and
Well,
gentlemen,
first to receive their medal bronze this time around, it was the reigning world champion from the event in Germany 4 years ago, but Jeon Young-jun, who actually led for large parts of this event, has found himself only able to take away a bronze this time around. Disappointment of not competing in Rio, but he's back on home soil and has himself a bronze to be pleased with. The oldest of the competitors at 51 in that final. Silver and a first medal of this competition for New Zealand as well. It's Michael Johnson. Well, I said at the beginning of the programme that the name Michael Johnson is synonymous with success within the world of sport, and it's no different here in shooting parasport. The 44-year-old from Auckland, bronze in London. Well, it's silver here at the World Championships of 2018. Well, he went out on the shoot-off between he stayed in, should I say, against Jeon Young-jun, but this man here, well, an early shoot-off to stay in the competition, and all of a sudden, his accuracy, his brilliance, and overall his point scoring went through the roof. 10.9s, 8s and 7s rocketed him back up to the top of the leaderboard. And then all of a sudden, going into the final two shots, he had a 0.6 lead that he just was not going to give up on. And that is what has earned him a gold medal here on day two.
ladies and gentlemen, the national
It's gold
anthem of
and anthems
Korea.
for South Korea.
Ladies and gentlemen, please congratulate our medalists.
So it's double medal joy for the host nation here of the Cheongju 2018 World Shooting Parasport Championships. As these guys line themselves up for the photographers within this finals hall. Again, another remarkable final, which gave us a world record and just gave us some tremendous shooting down the back stretch of the competition. The man in the middle was just too hot for those either side of him. And the man that was Paralympic champion in 2012 is now world champion in 2018. Don't go anywhere, we will have the victory ceremony for the team event in this competition as well. I'll explain a little bit more about that in just a couple of moments' time.
Thank you everyone for joining the 10-meter air rifle standing mixed event of the Cheongju 2018 World Shooting Parasport World Championships.
So again, reminder that we have got the victory ceremony for the 10-meter air rifle standing mixed team event. That will be coming up with you in just a moment.
Ladies and gentlemen, the victory ceremony for the team event will start in a short while. Ladies and gentlemen, the victory ceremony of the Cheongju 2018.
So the victory ceremony now for the team competition. This is done all throughout qualification. It's the top three from each nation. You have to enter three to be eligible. And your top three athletes' scores are added up throughout the course of qualification. Not the finals, just qualification. And they're added up, and the top three teams receive themselves the team medals. You see here, Great Britain, they've got the silver, making their way out. We've just seen one of these gentlemen in the final. Ryan Cockbill led out the parade. The Korean team were always in a favourable position to win the gold in this team event, having had three in the final, so there was no doubt about that. Italy didn't get anybody in the final, but they do get a bronze in the team event. So they're there on the right-hand side of the podium at the moment.
Will be presented by Mike Yu, Secretary General of the local organizing committee of the 2018 World Shooting Parasport Championships.
Our presenters are back once again.
They are accompanied by Hanjin Sun, who is in the planning department of the local organizing committee.
So victory in third position for Italy. 1,875.6 was the total for their highest 3 ranked in the qualifying period. Massimo Dalla Casa, Andrea Liverani, and Pamela Novaglio. Highest of the 3 scorers was Andrea Liverani. Liverani coming in with 627.3. But sadly for the Italians, missing out on individual spots in that final.
Ladies and gentlemen, the silver medalist representing Great Britain, Ryan Cockbill.
Silver for Great Britain in this team event then. Ryan Cockbill made it to the final but was the first to exit when it came to the individual event. Ryan is flanked either side by Tim Jeffrey and James Bevis. Team total of 1,883.3 during their qualifying campaign earlier. Beard's a big thing, clearly, in the British team. So Great Britain picking up the first medal of the competition, as are the Italians. But, well, this team from the Republic of Korea are starting to pick up medals at a good rate here, even on the second day. They went away from Germany with 10 golds, 3 silvers and 4 bronze. This is another gold here in this team event to match the individual one they got not long ago with Jeon Young-jun, Kim Jang-Soo and Lee Ji-seok. Well, Ji-seok qualified lowest of the 3 Koreans, but he certainly finished where he wanted to finish, and that was in top spot. A second gold in a matter of moments for Lee Ji-seok, and indeed for the team of the Republic of Korea. So more home success here in Cheongju for the team from South Korea.
The national anthem of Republic of Korea. Ladies and gentlemen, please congratulate our medalists.
Well, not only were they victorious in the individual event, it's been a very good day for the Republic of Korea all around. It's double success in the 10-meter air rifle standing mixed SH2 events here on day 2 of Cheongju 2018. Gold and silver, or gold and bronze, should I say, in the individual event, and a team gold to go with that as well. Well, that pretty much concludes the events here on day number 2 from Cheongju 2018 World Shooting Parasport Championships. Tomorrow there are 2 finals to look forward to. The first of those coming at around 1:15 local time. So make sure you tune in just after 1 o'clock Korean time for day 3 of competition.